All right, folks, look. August is just about over. September's about to start. Pumpkin spice lattes are back, which means I'm ready to start wearing ouds again. Now, I know earlier in the season, I talked about wearing cold weather fragrances in the warm weather, to which the overwhelming response was, yeah, it's totally fine. Who really cares about the weather? Wear what you want to wear whenever you want to wear it. And yes, totally. And with that, I kind of ran with that. I experienced a lot of fragrances, over the summer, the heat, just to see how cold weather fragrances played out. Well, now that we're officially starting the transition, now I know some places it may still be really hot, especially down in Florida. Jason, I'm thinking about you right now. But look, the weather's gone down about an average of 10 degrees a day now. We're from 100 down to like 90 Fahrenheit, by the way. I'm thinking about ouds, guys. I feel like if pumpkin spice lattes are here, fall is just about here. The leaves are already falling. So let's look at fragrances that work great for this transitional time where we're kind of ready for fall fragrances, the warmer, cozier, darker fragrances, but still honoring summer, the warm weather, honoring fresher aspects. Today we got 10 fragrances, all ouds, that work great for this transitional season. These are going to be darker overall, like we have shifted, but many of these carry a little bit of a brightness to them and can be worn day to day, even in the heat, just fine. Now, caveat, some of these don't contain any oud. That's very normal, but we're gonna go with it anyways. Let's dive into this. As we dive in, I'll have links in the description. You can use those if you'd like. And also, make sure you comment what some of your go-to transitional fragrances are as we start getting ready for the fall season. Let's dive in at number 10. Now, I know this one doesn't even advertise oud in the breakdown. Promise from Frederic Malle. Now, the reason I'm featuring this one is because this is how you should market a fragrance that doesn't contain oud, but still smells like oud. So many fragrances out on the market today advertise they have oud, but it's simply an accord. This one, there is no oud advertised, but it smells like it's in there. Cypriol and other aspects of the fragrance make this very oud oriented. Pink pepper, apple, leathery bits, Cypriol, which is this earthy, funky kind of quality, kind of woody, kind of smoky, depending on what kind of Cypriol you're using. There are some animalics at play. There are other woods like cedars and certain kinds of darker woods that make this really seem like there's oud in here. And the freshness of this, the fresh spice, make this for a lovely wear. Yes, it's ridiculously strong. You can get away with as little as 2 sprays. You can get away with as little as 1 spray, to be completely frank. But for someone wanting a nice, fresh, spicy, kind of juicy, fruity fragrance that has this oud kind of quality, these greener bits, Promise is a really fantastic option, especially for the price. But you got a nose like Dominique Ropion behind it, it's going to be pretty good. Now let's move on to this guy, Royal Oud from Creed. Royal Oud is also one of those ones where it says oud, but I guarantee you there's either next to no oud, fake oud, I have no idea. It's nearly not there. There you go, Kayla. Boom. So this is all about dry spice, masculinity. This is a very handsome fragrance. It's bright, peppery, got that immortelle, kind of angelica kind of thing. The dry spiciness that you get in Prada Luna Rosa Black, that's present in here. Honestly, those 2 fragrances could almost be hand in hand in a way. This is a much fresher, more mature, more masculine take. But this obviously was around much earlier. I'm not saying that those are based off each other, but you could compare the 2 in a little bit. The oud is insanely clean. Again, nearly non-existent. You carry a lot of cedar in this one. Brightness, spice, freshness. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of these aftershave kind of qualities, shaving cream kind of thing, which means there's probably a decent bit of dihydromercenol in there. But it's a beautiful fragrance, great for day-to-day wear, especially if you're a little bit more mature of a man. Now, this next one, I don't know if I've ever seen someone cover it. This is going to be in the Oud for Greatness DNA. I had Oud for Greatness on the list, but was like, no, this one's better. Ormond Jane's Muscat. This was phenomenal. I could not stop smelling this fragrance. It's kind of in the Oud for Greatness Haultain DNA, but we've got saffron, obviously, but we've also got date. This, ooh, and there's almost like appley bits. This is almost like a mixture of Promise, Oud for Greatness, and date. That's really interesting because I've never picked up the Promise kind of thing until just now. Oh my word, it's a stellar fragrance, guys. Now past that, you're gonna find some really sweet qualities. Like you have the date, but you've got vanilla, and there's this really interesting note of halva, which is a dessert. Okay, it's like a Middle Eastern dessert. That's present here. A little bit of spices, incensey notes, woods, rose. It's a stunning fragrance that lasts a very long time. It's a little bit sweeter. So if you decide to wear this on the day-to-day, just go back on the sprays. But this also makes for a beautiful nighttime fragrance. And the heat, the date, the vanilla qualities, the sweeter aspects kind of come out a little bit more. I would say this is almost a gourmand take on Oud for Greatness, Haultain, Promise, all those things kind of mixed together and you're getting Muscat. The next one. Oh, love it. Epic Man from Amouage. It's so good, guys. The blend of fresh spice, masculine florals, culinary spices, castoreum, you know, a little bit of oud again, leather, makes for this out freaking standing. I just knocked over all my bottles because I'm a bit of a klutz sometimes. But this fragrance will always be one of my favorite ouds from Amouage. It's so bright, spicy, dry at the same time, peppery. This one is so just classically masculine. I think of like a nice tweed jacket. A little bit cooler of a day. The smoky bits of this, I don't know, it's just stunning. It's classy. Very much a version of Oud Wood. So good. So classy. Carries enough freshness that it's fine. Now this guy right here. For those that love their more tropical notes. Oud Symphony from Precious Liquid. Oud Symphony is a very curious fragrance because it, like I said, has these tropical notes. It's got passion fruit in it. It's got rum. This is in a rose oud DNA. It's very light, juicy, and sparkling up at the top. That passion fruit is so fun. This is a little bit more feminine leaning, you could say, but I've had no issues wearing this as a man. Oh man. A little bit of booze, and then you get this oud. I don't know if the oud is real. I really don't. It carries qualities of an accord, and if it is an accord, Richard has done a very good job. Because it does have smoky bits, these dry, powdery bits that good ouds have with a little bit of this animalic touch. This is kind of watery, leading me to think that there are a good amount of Lily of the Valley raw materials. But for someone that loves a nice rose oud with a tropical twist, this one is lovely. It's dense, lasts a very long time. It's beautiful. For a little bit more of an animalic oud. You might think that this one doesn't quite fit, but I've worn this in the heat before, and I love it. It's one of my favorites from Xerjoff. This is Luxor I recently featured this on a Rate My Collection, which if you haven't watched those or kept up with those are kind of fun. This is going to be a warm, spicy, dry, smoky, leathery oud. There are animalic qualities. There's some tobacco, resins, cedar qualities. You know, you got your oud. It does smell real to me. They market it as Cambodian and Thai oud. But yeah, it's a lovely fragrance. It is a little challenging. I know it challenged me whenever I first tried it, but then the second wearing, I was just in love. Yeah, so it even has a little bit in the opening of this kind of root beer quality. Definitely animalic, tar, tobacco, castoreum kind of things, incense, subtle bits of fruit. It's classy, guys. Trust me, it's very classy. It's not too challenging. It's got a little sweetness here and there. Yeah, man, you can really pick up on the funk in this one. A lot of that's coming from the castoreum. Castoreum has this very smoky quality, smoky, leathery, kind of gasoline-esque kind of things. Castoreum is, honestly, in my opinion, one of the easier animalics to get behind because it doesn't really smell fecal. Good quality castoreum will be smoky. It will be leathery, like I just said, and these gasoline qualities. It will not carry notes of like feces or whatever. Civet is disgusting, but works very well with florals. And then Hyraceum, that's another one that literally is urine. But castoreum, beautiful. That one, it's just a gorgeous fragrance. You know, we were talking about rose ouds, and another one that is just great for a transition because it carries so much brightness is Amber Aoud from Roja. Amber Aoud, I will tell you right now, guys, there's no real oud in this. This is absolutely a base that is being used. I don't think Roja uses any oud in any of his fragrances. This one is fig, ylang-ylang, rose, white florals, dry spices, woods, all kinds of goodness. This does carry the Roja DNA, the ambergris, the dry woods, the orris, the bright citruses. It's beautiful. Again, maybe a touch feminine leaning, just a touch, but for a little more classic, vintage feeling rose oud, Amber Aoud is a classic one. And then we talk about one of my signature scents called Oud Rosewood from Christian Dior. You probably saw me feature this over on Kaleidoscope's channel when we were doing our ranking. Is this the greatest fragrance that ever existed? No. But it's an insanely wearable oud fragrance. This one has similarities to Ombre Nomad, but it's more aromatic. It's fresher, easier to wear on the day-to-day. I don't think the oud is real in this one. It's sandalwood and raspberry quince. It's fresh in the top with a little bit of fruitiness. And then you get a little bit of incense kind of thing going on. This very dry, powdery wood. You get a nice citrusy, kind of juicy, peach-like stone fruit kind of quality. And then a kind of a synthetic sandalwoody base with musk, maybe a hint of leather. Some florals. It's dry, it's aromatic, it's spicy. It's not offensive at all. It doesn't last the longest, like maybe 6 hours. But it's just, it's very nice. It's very classy. And again, easy to be worn day to day. And in the heat, it just kind of magnifies everything. It makes it a little bit stronger, pulls out some of the warmer qualities. Something I love. This guy right here is one that I, again, don't think I've ever seen covered. This is Irish Oud from Memo Paris. So Irish Oud is exactly what you'd think it would be. It's literally Irish leather with oud. That's exactly what it smells like. You get the junipery, chilling, like cooling qualities in the opening that you get with Irish leather. Those green ambrette kind of things, that very musky kind of qualities. With leather, green notes, woods, again, kind of cypriol-esque, but there is oud present and it's strong. Pink pepper, I think, as well. This fragrance was outstanding. Oh, yeah. Now, I will say, if you don't like ambrette, you're going to struggle with this one because it's very strong. You're going to get this near carrot-like quality. So you have to like that. This very dry, spicy carrot, orris kind of thing with oud. The oud in this is more petrol-esque, spicy, dry, and clean. With all those other notes that I was already telling you about, it makes for a nice greener take on oud with leathery qualities, freshness still, violet, cedar, dryness. I think I've already said that. Stunning, and it'll last a long, long, long time. Wrapping us up from the House of Osman, I Am Darkness. Love this stuff. Love this stuff. This one, again, dry and spicy, but we're going to have coffee in this one. Champaka. Very woody, very oudy. The oud in this is a very high quality oud. It's very approachable. There's no animalic stank whatsoever. It's a Cambodian oud, so it's clean. Got a little bit of smoke to it. Very potent. Piney qualities, like these very coniferous qualities. Again, leathery. Patchouli. Freaking awesome stuff. Definitely more of a rugged man kind of quality. There is a little subtle freshness. That one reminds me of walking through a pine forest, okay, or like the cedars on a kind of a wet, drizzly day, and like there's a fire going kind of thing. That's kind of what it reminds me of, but it's very classy. You know, as I've already said, these fragrances are great for the transitional season. They're ouds that some of them, yes, they're real. Some of them, no, they're not. And it's fine at the end of the day. I think these are great fragrances. Make sure you drop some of your picks for the transitional season as we start to get ready for fall. We leave the summer behind, thank the Lord. And just have that mindset. What are you wearing? Drop in the comments below. And folks, if you enjoyed this video and are enjoying the content of this channel, would you consider hitting that like button and join our community by hitting that red subscribe button? And folks, we will see you in the next one. Peace.